And so it was the national championship game for travel ball here in 2014, and we are underway in Metro Atlanta. Hello again, everybody, and thanks for joining us on TravelBallSelect.com. This is the 2014 National Championship of Travel Ball, powered by Nations Baseball and TravelBallSelect.com. This is the most competitive youth baseball in America. Hello again, everybody. Alongside Rob Bruno, I'm Chris Mooneyham. Very excited to be here for the culmination of an incredible week of youth baseball.
It's been a long day. It's been a long week. This is game number 9 for the Dallas Tigers, Team Texas. Game number 12 for Lamorinda, Team Northern California.
Pete Halpin into the triangle out in right center field, and it falls in for a hit. The weather will be a factor for this ball game, even if we don't see any inclement weather, because, of course, we'll have to watch it and wonder whether or not the skies will open. It is your typical
Georgia summer and late afternoon.
Georgia summer, it
That's
sure
right.
is.
And, you know, there's going to be a lot of swirling winds. It's going to, well, at this point, I don't think they care what the conditions are. They're here.
Right.
They're here. They're playing. Diaz, number 5, number 2 hitter. Again, we talked about 1 through 5, 1 through 6, Murderers Row. Dallas has the same thing. It's two great teams.
Runner breaking. Snap throw down to second, not in time. So Halpin comes up with the stolen base, a single and a stolen base for the Knights. Leadoff hitter from Northern California. It's Weston Walls, the lanky right-hander on the mound for Team Texas out of the Dallas area. The Tigers in their orange, black and gray clad uniforms.
The big fella's got a country fastball, that's for sure. He's a big, tall kid. He's got to be 5'10". I'm not sure what they're listed at, but he's got to be close to 5'10".
Kicks and fires. A fastball. Diaz just got a piece of it. And the count even at 1-1. As you mentioned, both of these teams have played a lot of baseball since Wednesday. For those of you tuning in, Dallas came through the winner's bracket, has yet to lose in pool play, or rather in bracket play. Liner down to second, played on the short hop. Halpin takes a good turn at third, but holds there.
Very nice play by the second baseman, going to his backhand side. Diaz does his job, takes the ball to the right side hard, moves the runner over. You know, every run early in this thing, Chris, is going to count, I think, and they have to keep adding on with the Lamorinda guys. They're on fumes a little bit. Now, Dallas has got a little bit better pitching situation. They've got a few guys left. So it's going to be important for Lamorinda to score some runs.
This is that classic case that at the professional level, as A.J. Ortiz, who's had a good championship, takes ball 1, where you see one team that's clinched early and been able to rest. And the other team has had to play, say, 7-game series, let's say, but is on a roll. And so that's kind of what you have. Now, that's not the most accurate assessment, of course. 1-1 count now on Ortiz. What I mean, of course, is that the Knights, yes, they had to come out of the loser's bracket, and they will be scant on the amount of innings that they can throw their young men. But here's the key. They are on an absolute tear offensively.
I think it's a great analogy.
They have run ruled 3 out of their last 4 opponents. 3 out of their last 4 opponents, winning by 8 against a team out of Florida in their last ball game. 10-0 before that. Just a plain old win before that. And then their second game inside of bracket play, another 10-0 victory. Ground ball down to third. Coming to the plate, Halpin. Oh, it looked like he was underneath the tag, but they'll call Pete out. Oh, boy. Ortiz reaches on the fielder's choice. That was a close call. I'm glad I didn't go with my first instinct and go ahead and call him safe. Here's Howard.
Bang, bang play.
David Howard, who hit an absolute moonshot in the third inning of the game immediately preceding this one.
Fouls that one straight back.
Speaking of straight back, he sent the center fielder straight back in the championship game of the losers bracket when he hit one what had to have been every bit of 280 over that 20-foot tall batter's eye out there in center field.
280 plus.
The top five for Lamorinda has been so good. Top five. Ground ball, third base. Throw over to first, and the inning comes to a close. A little bit of action in the first inning, but the Knights can't do anything with it. Bottom half coming up. No score in the 2014 Travel Ball National Championship game. The 2014 Travel Ball National Championship for the 11-year-olds. What a tremendous matchup we have in the title game between two tremendous programs. Northern California represented by the Lamorinda Knights, just inside the San Francisco Bay Area, and then the Tigers of Texas, from Dallas, Texas, to be precise. Tyler Collins, Anthony Mata, and Jake Dana.
That's a murderer's row right there. Collins is absolutely one of the best players here.
Well, you
and
know
all
what?
three of those kids.
Right, and are we seeing the two teams with the top
think,
fives
I think there's
in
no,
their lineup?
There's no question, and that's why they're here.
Yeah.
There's his bunt. He didn't get down the line.
AJ fields it easily and throws him out. 1-3, Collins retired.
He's got to work on placing that bunt a little bit better down the line. He's a little bit of a hurry. He doesn't have to be in a hurry. If he places the bunt where he wants to, he's going to walk there.
He's almost trying to get out of the box before he gets the bunt down,
There's no
right?
question, and so he's a little bit of a hurry and needs to think about the angle set first.
Now Anthony Mata, one of the big-time mashers in this 11-year-old national championship tournament.
He's a big bopper.
Anthony, an extra hitter in this ball game. Not in the field, at least for not for right now. And he takes a curveball, 1-0.
That's the nice thing also about this EH rule. You can really use it to your advantage to rest guys, keep their bat in. It gives you an extra player to hit with, more time for them. It's a great rule, I think, for younger groups.
Pretty interesting defensive setup for him. I think he absolutely pulls Ortiz or catches one off the end of the bat, don't they? They've got him pulled pretty close to the line at third, and then absolutely deep in short. They got Vesey Light over in short now, as he has been for the last few ball games, something that you and I noticed we'll talk about later.
Mm-hmm.
He's standing on the outfield cutout, yet they've got Diaz swung all the way around hard into the second base hole. Howard almost on the line at first.
Yeah.
2-1 count.
I don't think there's a rhyme or reason here.
No?
They're just set up the way they're set up right now.
Ortiz, hard-throwing right-hander, kicks and fires. Throws a breaking ball for a strike.
Something off speed there.
Count even at 2.
Well, I think they're definitely showing depth. I'm surprised actually Howard's not a little bit deeper. He's probably more comfortable right around the bag though. The other 3 kids are playing deep. They know that this kid doesn't run well, but he does hit the ball hard.
Foul back.
Mata's really got a nice swing. I really like his setup. Uses his lower half well. Again, he's a big time kid, as is of course Dana, the next kid.
Big time and big, as in girth,
thick
size.
Yeah, legs, shoulders. Three, 2.
Like his lower body placement.
I think, he pitches, he plays a little here, a little there. I'll bet you he ends up as a catcher.
Think so?
Mm-hmm. Yep. He's got really soft hands. He's got a cannon for an arm. He can really hit. I'd love to see him catching.
3-2.
That's up.
Yep, breaking ball that Ortiz left up. Folks, there have been various tournaments over the years that have tried to put together a national champion in travel ball, but someone's always felt as though they were being left out because they didn't play in the right organization. Well, now Nations Baseball and Travel Ball Select have come together to make sure that travel ball has a true national champion. Nations Baseball has been the sanctioning body of travel ball really over the United States for the last 6 years or so, and Travel Ball Select, of course, has been the travel ball encyclopedia for the last decade. No one's left out now, as 50% of the teams have been invited through the TBS rankings, and then Nations Baseball hosts qualifiers to qualify the rest of the teams. The net result? Well, the net result is this 11U 2014 Travel Ball National Championship game. And here is Jake Dana.
The net result has been the deepest, most impressive field of an 11-year-old tournament for a national championship ever assembled.
Yeah.
And that's bar none as compared to what all these other coaches have been telling us. To a guy, it's the deepest, most impressive field they've ever seen. And hats off to Rick Goff for assembling this. He's done an absolutely outstanding job.
Jake delivered, well, really, I don't think it's broadcaster hyperbole to say the most important moment of his team's 2014 season as Mata breaks for second, and the ball is in the dirt, so he reaches easily.
Mata, I'd like to see it again. We don't have instant replay, but it almost looked like he was reading ball and dirt, not just a straight steal. And that would be even more impressive to me. Heady player. These guys are learning how to read ball and dirt already, and that's what it looked like to me.
Mata had 3 singles in the game we had here on Travel Ball Select earlier.
Crushed.
And now Dana's got himself a single to center field. They'll hold Anthony at third, and probably pretty wisely so. So back-to-back runners reaching here in the bottom half of the first inning. And that'll get us to the catcher, Nate Price.
That was Halpin in center, wasn't it? He threw an absolute rocket from center field. The only thought would be would have loved to have seen that first baseman Howard get into position to cut that off just in case, because Dana really could have taken second pretty easily. I think he was satisfied with getting to first.
Dana now down at first base, and again, he delivered the biggest hit of his team's season. His team was struggling offensively in the championship game of the winners bracket, down 4-0 with just 9 outs to go. And with 2 men on, he delivered a 3-run blast that brought his team back to within 4-3. They would tie the game just 3 batters later, and they went on to win that championship game, the winners bracket championship, that is, in walk-off fashion, 5-4.
Absolutely. It was an incredible game. Wouldn't be surprised if he steals first pitch. Nope. Fake bunt.
Price takes ball 1.
Seems to me like he might have had it on because Price did fake bunt there, trying to keep the catcher back. Let me see if that happens one more time. And the other part is maybe he didn't get a good jump. We always tell our kids, if you don't get a good jump, you don't have to go.
Nate reached twice in that ball game versus Florida. Ground out. Single and an intentional walk. And a strike. Count even at 1.
wouldn't surprise me if Dana maybe should have gone and maybe missed a sign. So you really don't want to take per se in these situations.
It's funny watching the big guy bounce into the dirt to get back to first.
Yeah.
Not many guys you can put next to David Howard that are bigger than the Knights' first baseman.
That's correct.
Ortiz set. Kicks and fires.
There he goes.
Yep. That may keep him out of the double play, and it will. Short hop to Vesey Light. He'll have no play, and it's 1-0 Dallas. Looks like they're going to get Dana at third. Yes, a tremendously smart, savvy play by the shortstop, Carl Vesey Light.
I'll tell you what, it was a great pick at third base. Was that Heyman over at third base? Really picked that ball out of the dirt, made a nice tag, too. And I'll tell you what, that kid, 175 pounds sliding in, and he stuck right in there. Stuck his nose in. He wore that one a little bit, but he got the out, and that's a big out. They scored a run there, but that was a big, big out. They're running for the catcher, it looks like. A little courtesy runner at first base.
Get the number here in just a moment. I look down to my scorecard. Forgive me for that. Fernando Davila to the plate now. The Tiger third baseman will score that an infield hit and an RBI.
Fernando Davila had kind of a big knock.
Will score that an infield hit and an RBI, but then Vesey Light retires Dana on 6-5.
That's correct. Pitch out. Davila was the hero of the last game, I believe, with that knock through the 5-6 hole.
He sure was. Another pitch out. Boy, you got to be really sure to have two straight pitch outs.
Well, now you're in a 2-0 bind.
Huh.
There's a strike.
Outside corner. Off speed. How about that?
Or it could have been just kind of maybe he got around that fastball a little bit with his hand. Almost like a little bit of a cut.
2-1, a fastball that's popped up.
Popped him up.
At second. Davis makes the catch, and the inning comes to a close. But first, blood is drawn in the 2014 11-year-old Travel Ball National Championship, powered by Nations Baseball and TravelBallSelect.com, and that 1-0 lead belongs to Team Texas through 1 on TravelBallSelect.com. Pat Keegren to lead things off in the visitors' half of the second inning. Pat, who's had himself a very productive national championship, and has certainly earned the respect of competitors across the country. Weston Walls kicks and fires a ground ball that's just beyond the right-hander's reach, And into center field for a base hit. Well, you talk about a murderer's row.
Oh.
1 through top 5. They are so good. Not to take anything away from the bottom half of their order, obviously. But 1 through 5. Well, I know Dallas is good, but I'll tell you what. I might give 1 through 5 to California.
I'll take them both.
But Mata and Dana, yeah, awfully impressive. Indeed.
The Lamorinda group has depth.
Yeah. Carson started with the strike.
When you look at the 2-3 hitters for Dallas, I don't think there's a better 1-2 combo.
Fastball misses in tight on the letters. Carson with 2 major check marks in his career coming, well, just today. And certainly 2 of the biggest moments of his season coming just today as he went 4 very strong shutout innings against the team out of Tampa, Florida in the loser's bracket deciding game to help his team move on via the run rule. 9-0 the final in that one. And, of course, arguably the biggest highlight, his defensive play out in right. This one shot into center field. Collins going back, playing with the wind, and he makes the catch. Carson made that amazing play, remember?
Sure
Over
did.
the bullpen mound
Sure
out there
did.
in right.
That was absolutely outstanding. That's as good a play as you're ever going to see.
That was after, and that was after
the
4 innings of dynamic pitching. I tell you. Carl Vesey light now. Runner at first and 1 man out.
Sharp breaking ball by the big fella.
Teammates chanting Vesey, Vesey in the dugout. Carl's been a slick fielding shortstop today. Fastball outside. Could not be more impressed by these 2 teams. Two programs that will no doubt contend for the 2015 Travel Ball National Championship. On August 22nd, they'll be able to take a look at the dates where they'd like to qualify for said 2015 Travel Ball National Championship. Insert plug here. That's what they pay me for right here. Qualifying events will return for the 2015 season to cities like Miami, Louisville, Atlanta, and Houston, Charlotte, Detroit, Birmingham, Chicago, Las Vegas, and 3 new locations. And again, on August 22nd, the dates for the predetermined locations that I just mentioned and the 3 new location sites and their dates will be revealed August 22nd on TravelBallSelect.com. For more information, info at TravelBallSelect.com to register for an advance notice. We already know that the 9U and 11U, the 10U and 12U, 13U with the 60-90 split, and the 14U will all be held here at the East Cobb Baseball Complex in Atlanta. Runner breaking after the wild pitch, and headed down to first is Johnson, who came into courtesy run for Keegren. Gage Johnson, the courtesy runner, down at first, or down at second. And if you're curious, the 8U and 13U with the 54-80 split will take place at the Travel Ball National Championship. For those 2 classifications will take place at Baseball USA in Texas.
Right outside of Houston.
Never been there.
I was there last year. Actually, 4 months ago, I guess.
Was it?
Right in the area? Yeah.
I hear it's
very nice.
Very nice, yeah. 3-2 pitch coming up here to Carl. Weston kicks and fires. Fastball high. Now 3-2. Should have trusted my instincts. I knew it was 2-2. Scoreboard got me. Big right-hander deals. Fastball high again. Snap throw down to third, and he's safe.
So we've got a first-third situation, 1 out. It's early, second inning here. We're down a little bit farther down in the lineup now. I wouldn't be shocked if we saw a bunt here. Gonna have to do something to move these guys over.
Try to keep Heyman out of the double play.
Absolutely,
too, right?
absolutely. Yeah, I believe Orta's coming up pretty quick.
Right, Orta the next man up. You got that right.
Yeah. Wouldn't surprise me if they ran something here. Not a big lead at first, though. There
Runner breaking. Straight steal, and he's got it. Carl Vesey-Light takes second base, and now the visitors with 2 men in scoring position. You wouldn't think about bunting again here, would you?
Absolutely.
Yeah, me too.
Absolutely.
I like the call there. Here.
First, third, or second, third, either one. Push one down the first baseline.
Yep.
Little pick at second. They run that play a lot at second base, and I know that we saw that earlier.
Yep.
And they threw one away with a man on second, third. The guy from third scored. So, but they do a pretty good job with it. They use it a lot, though. Swinging away.
Shot into center field.
Oh,
Oh,
double
no.
play.
That ball died right in the middle of the diamond, and it was caught at short to end the inning. Boy, that ball looked like it was headed right into center field for a solid 2-run base hit. Dallas escapes the inning. The Texas boys with a 1-0 lead on TravelBallSelect.com.
Years before he was Sports Illustrated's chosen one, TravelBallSelect.com had already chosen 11-year-old Bryce Harper as an All-American. Go to the source for travel baseball national rankings and All-America teams, TravelBallSelect.com.
This is Nations Baseball.
Matty Ice to the plate, driven, high, deep, gone. Gets over the fence by about a foot.
Nations Baseball features the most complete roster and team classification systems in the country, allowing for true class play, matching teams of equal skill levels better than any other organization on the planet. Teams compete in Metro, Select, Elite, and Premier classes in leagues and tournaments around the nation for a chance to attend World Series and National Championship events in the most attractive locations in the country.
That's it. 3 in a row to first base, and that will end it.
Home half of the second inning. The Texas team sitting on a 1-run lead. Josh Martin, Ryan Johnson, and Hunter Autry with their first opportunities in the 11U 2014 Travel Ball National Championship game. And a fastball in tight right at the rib cage of Martin.
Martin quick enough to get out of the way, though. He didn't get a rib shot there.
Yep. I'm all about taking one for the team, but boy, the ribs, I don't know about.
Yep.
That'll make you think twice, won't it?
Maybe a shot in the thigh. That's all right.
Yep. Oh, beautiful.
See if there's a play at first base here.
Newman up. And he threw it away. Howard's got to go scoop it up. And now down to second goes Martin.
That ball actually hit the first base coach.
Now, meanwhile, in the wildness of the play, let's not lose the fact of the great stroke by the shortstop, Josh Martin.
Hit that ball hard.
Boy, didn't he? And he stayed right on it. Kept his head down, outside pitch.
Yep.
Really just
drove it.
Popped it. Yep.
Really drove it.
Beautiful. Now Ryan Johnson with a runner in scoring position. Tigers' second baseman waits. The lefty squares, takes fastball outside. Fastball? Well, it looks like he does have some kind of a cut action there.
Yeah, he kind of gets around it a little bit. I don't think he means to.
That was not a curveball.
No, he didn't stay behind it with his fingers. Kind of got around it.
Definitely looked like something was taken off, velocity-wise. AJ's fastball that's up around the chin of the batter is squared
nice
down
job
the
right there.
third baseline and foul. Heyman.
Yep. He did a really nice job on that. Because he's not going to throw that guy out at first. The only chance he had was if that ball went foul, and it did. It spun. Pretty darn good bunt. That ball was up.
Yes. Looked like it was going to be closer to his chin than the barrel of the bat.
Yep.
You always wonder early in these sacrifice attempts how important is that second run out there. Line into center field. That one going to fall in for a base hit. Don't know if they'll have the legs to get him to the plate. In fact, they will not. Tremendous throw in center field by Halpin.
Halpin does everything.
Yeah.
That ball was hit hard, wasn't it?
Smoked.
Couple good swings in a row.
Back-to-back singles to start the bottom half of the first inning. One by Martin, one by Johnson. Here's Hunter Autry. That's a bit of a dangerous situation for one team and a potential glorious situation for the other.
So Chris, second inning, no outs. First, third, they're down at the end of their order. Would it surprise you if he put the ball in the plate, bunted here? I mean, I'm a big proponent of bunting.
I see that.
Yeah, and I think it's a great play with especially these younger guys. And he's swinging there.
Force the defense at this age to make the right play.
That's right.
Yep. That's why these young men are trained and coached so well, but still they're 11 years old. Make the guy make a play. Popped him up. Question is, do you believe with the hard-throwing Ortiz, who has been working in some off-speed pitches, or at least maybe taking a little off one of his straight balls, is there any chance that little Hunter Autry at the plate can do anything but pop that bunt down the third base line? Because I'd like to see him pull one down the first base line if possible.
He can take one with him. They're going inside on the pitch now, too.
Well, that'd be my preference, but well, 0-2 now, of course, so is it a moot point?
It is.
Right. Ortiz deals.
Good pitch.
On the inside corner for called strike 3. Autry didn't agree with it, but his decision is not the one that matters. And here's Tyson Edwards.
Well, there's obviously something on it. They're trying to get Tyson's attention, the coaches are. Trying to give him a sign because there's definitely something on this pitch. Tyson can run, too, by the way.
Ooh, cut and missed. That one right in on Edwards' hands. Saw him in a pinch hit role just a few hours ago. Finished 0 for 1 in that ball game against Florida with a fly out. Ground ball. One out at second. The turn in time for the double
What a
play.
great double play. 5 to 4 to 3. Absolutely outstanding to get out of that.
Boy, with runners at the corners and nobody out, Lamorinda of California gets out of the jam and keeps the deficit at 1-0 on TravelBallSelect.com.
Great hitters aren't born, they're made. Swing Away makes them.
Hi, I'm Bryce Harper. If you want to be a better hitter, all you have to do is swing away.
Now, all baseball players and softball players can train like the pros. Hit anywhere, anytime, inside or out. Players of all ages and skill levels can get serious and immediate results with the Swing Away.
Swing Away will make you a better hitter, period.
You're just a swing away from becoming a great hitter at swingaway.com.
How important is confidence to success in travel baseball? 80% is the most common answer I get, and it may be even more. Baseball is hard enough the way it is, but I find that some of the biggest robbers of confidence in young players is their parents and coaches. So go to Play Big Travel Ball right now and get my free report, 3 hidden mistakes even top travel ball coaches make that crush player confidence and turn wins into losses. And I'll give you the fixes for them as well. So go get my free report at playbigtravelball.com.
Ortiz pops one up to start the top half of the inning. Called and caught at short. That'll get us back to the top of the order, and Pete Halpin. Pete singled to lead off the ball game. Stranded at second was Halpin. Little flare left center field, and it will drop in for a base hit.
Tell you what, Collins made a great effort and almost got to that ball.
Third hit of the ball game. Let's see if you count fielder's choices. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fifth player to reach. Snap throw to first. Halpin back on his stomach. There's a couple of the top performers.
Oh, yeah.
In this championship, standing down at first. Walls checks a runner. And when he decides to, he'll bring home the Davis Diaz. The Knights second baseman, 0 for 1 in this ball game with a ground out to second.
Good breaking ball.
Gracious. Curveball for a strike, and Diaz, of course.
Well, they're 48 to 80 feet, or 48 to 50 feet there.
Yep.
The kid's 5'10", 5'11". The ball's coming out of his hand about 43 feet. And that was as sharp a breaking ball as you're ever going to see with pretty good velocity. Nobody's hitting that.
And that's why Diaz just kind of shrugged his shoulders, pardon me. Throw gets away. Halpin with great speed. Pops up, heads down to second, in standing. Yeah, Diaz kind of opened his palms, opened his arms, shrugged his shoulders,
What
and
am I
said,
supposed to do
what
with
am I
that?
supposed to do with that? Yeah.
There's nothing. The answer is nothing. Tip your cap, hope he hangs one.
The great game of baseball, the most humbling sport in the world. Now a totally different at-bat, isn't it?
No question. One single, this ties it up.
Oh, we got a piece
Foul
of it.
tip.
0-2. Walls in control of the at-bat now. You know, very sneakily, that's right, I said that. Weston Walls having himself pretty good first portion of this ball game. Fastball outside. Moderate pitch out, that looked like.
Yeah, they're just trying to elevate here, and I'm sure they're going to come back with a breaking ball now.
On 1-2 with one man out. Just off the outside corner. Price kind of held it there for a few moments. Umpire does a good job of looking over into the Dallas dugout, waiting for a coach to make eye contact with him, and he points down to the ground as if to indicate it was low. 2-2. Not quite. Yeah, Weston's been good.
Oh, yeah.
Giving up the 3 hits, 1 walk.
For a young man that tall, he's got very good control of his body, which is impressive.
Fastball high, and it's run full at 3-2.
Now, this would be interesting. If they don't pay attention to Halpin, does he maybe try and get into a first-third situation?
If you're Walls, would you dare throw a breaking ball here?
No.
Give Halpin a chance to get to third.
I'm going with my best stuff.
Oh.
They tried to block it off Halpin. Halpin kind of went through that kid. Halpin's also calling out location with his left hand, saying that ball's going to be outside.
I'll tell you something, Rob. I think Walls may have better control right now over his off-speed
There he
stuff. He is breaking, and the fastball is fouled back into the screen. I don't know. I may be off on that. You feel free to disagree. I know you will, and I appreciate that.
How about the fact that he's got pretty good control on both?
Well, he does. He does. He definitely does.
Yeah.
I think he's been dropping that breaking ball in, that curveball.
It's pretty impressive.
Not where he's wanted to, and a lot of his fastballs have worked too far inside and too high. When it's in the zone and he's getting guys to swing, it has been incredibly difficult for anyone to make contact.
Just a matter of changing his release point a little bit. So he's going to give outside sign. Now it's 3-2, I guess.
Boy.
So very interesting. Now, it is ball 4. Okay. Yep. So kind of interesting deal here. First, second. Wouldn't surprise me if they stole here.
A pop-up, a single, and a walk. And A.J. Ortiz at the plate. Chopper. Walls, this could be a tough play. He'll stay composed and fire to first for the out.
Sure did.
Dallas with a real opportunity now to get out of this jam. Trying to hold on to their 1-0 lead. However, first they'll have to get through the Knights first baseman, Big David Howard. It's Halpin at third and Diaz at second.
Diaz is banged up a little bit. Shortstop's blocking him off a little bit, it looks like, too, and he's trying to go through it.
Jammed a hand, a finger, a wrist.
Yeah.
Dad comes out there, has a conversation with him, probably came out there and said, "You're not hurt."
Yeah, you're all right, kid.
Turn around and walk
Let's
back
go.
into the dugout.
You're all right.
Yeah. Howard 0 for 1. Grounded out to the third baseman in his lone plate appearance. That ended the first. Walls kicks and fires. Ground ball same side, but foul. Weston Walls on the mound trying to close down the inning. Had a huge RBI single in their win versus the Georgia Titans. In pool play, and now they may have the players picked off. Breaking to the plate and sliding underneath the tag is Halpin. Both runners advance, but the one that matters the most is the one that ties the score.
Nice little trick play right there.
Yeah, that was absolutely designed.
No question.
Absolutely designed, knowing that Walls was concentrating heavily on the backside runner, trying to cut down the potential lead run, and finally they let Diaz bounce off the bag. And I'll bet you during that break, Mr. Bruno, as the lead run comes in, you know exactly what I'm about to say. I'll bet you that as Diaz was out there at second base, his papa walked out there, and instead of saying, "Son, how are you? Is your hand okay? Do you feel all right to keep going?" he probably leaned over to him and said, "Delayed still."
Yep.
Turned around and walked off.
That's right. Absolutely.
Wow, I absolutely love the strategy.
And that puts him in the lead 2-1 here. Another part of the murderer's row here, number 5 hitter.
That is some smart baseball
Keegren,
right
that was
there,
outstanding. Great execution.
Ball one outside. Pat delivered a single and promptly stole a base to start the second inning. It was a threatening inning for the Knights, as they had 2 men reach, had 2 stolen bases in the inning, but a line drive, 6 unassisted double play put an end to it. 2-0. So 2 men plated top half of the 3rd inning for the Knights of Lamorinda from the Northern California region. Again, this is California versus Texas, Dallas versus San Francisco. When have we heard that before?
Right at him.
Inning over. But not before 2 runs are plated for Northern California. Now the Knights of Lamorinda lead as we make our way to the bottom half of the 3rd on TravelBallSelect.com.
Years before he was Sports Illustrated's chosen one, TravelBallSelect.com had already chosen 11-year-old Bryce Harper as an All-American. Go to the source for travel baseball national rankings and All-America teams, TravelBallSelect.com.
This is Nations Baseball.
Matty Ice to the plate, driven, high, deep, gone. Gets over the fence by about a foot.
Nations Baseball features the most complete roster and team classification systems in the country, allowing for true class play, matching teams of equal skill levels better than any other organization on the planet. Teams compete in Metro, Select, Elite, and Premier classes in leagues and tournaments around the nation for a chance to attend World Series and National Championship events in the most attractive locations in the country.
That's it. 3 in a row to first base, and that will end it.
Great hitters aren't born. They're made. Swing Away makes them.
Hi, I'm Bryce Harper. If you want to be a better hitter, all you have to do is swing away.
Now, all baseball players and softball players can train like the pros. Hit anywhere, anytime, inside or out. Players of all ages and skill levels can get serious and immediate results with the Swing Away.
Swing Away will make you a better hitter, period.
You're just a swing away from becoming a great hitter at swingaway.com.
Bottom of the 3rd and a new ball game as Dallas comes to the plate, now trailing by 1. Well, do we have a roster change here, or did I get some bad information? I was told Weston Wall, the pitcher, would be batting now, but I see Mr. Carlton at the plate.
Can you have a DH and an EH? I don't know.
I think you can, but you know what? I got to be honest with you. I think you just stumped me, sir. Remember, fans, you can go to Travel Ball Select, or right here on travelballselect.com, rather. You can see the latest news, national rankings, and players to watch in travel baseball nationwide. And also, please go to nationsbaseball.com to enter a travel ball event in your area. A.J. Ortiz now on the mound, sitting on a 2-1 lead. Still a long way to go in this one. For those of you just tuning in, maybe the uninitiated out there, this, of course, is a 6-inning ball game for the 2014 Travel Ball National Championship. That one low. Tyson had one of the great dual performances in this championship in pool play against the Georgia Titans. At the plate, 2 hits and 2 very big hits as he goes to 3-1 against the Georgia Titans in a ball game where they pulled away and won 7-1. But on the mound, 2 innings, no earned runs, no walks, and 6 strikeouts.
Don't get a lot better than 6 strikeouts in 2 innings.
Exactly. And Carlton will reach on the walk. And make sure to get Carlton in my scorecard here.
Brings up the top of the order, Mr. Collins.
Tyler, the slash-hitting center fielder. He of also fine buntsman. Was retired 1-3 in his lone plate appearance to start the ball game.
We talked to the coach a little bit, and he said he really has not pitched that much this year, and it's just really kind of picked it up, but did a great job that last game.
Well, came in a very key moment. Again, Dallas was trailing that ball game 4-0 through 3.
He really shut them down.
He sure did.
Yeah.
He sure did. Enabling his team to rally from 3-0 down, or 4-0 down, pardon me, with 9 outs to play, 3 innings to play, and again, scored 4 runs in the fourth inning to tie the game, and won it 2 innings later on a walk-off hit in the bottom of the 6th. Lefty waits, righty ready on the mound in the pitch. Fastball high and away. 2-1. Nobody out, bottom 3. Pitcher's affair.
So far.
Yeah.
Getting a little windy out here, too.
Blowing in from what, left center?
Yep.
Ooh, back
nice
into the
pitch.
screen.
Nice swing. He's right on that.
Good speed at first.
Going to elevate a fastball up here.
Great speed in the plate.
Yep.
He might have a play. Coming back towards us, and he made the catch right before he collides into the fence. Keegren makes the catch literally right in front of us.
Very good play. Brings up the dangerous Mata here. Again, one swing. This game's tied up. Actually, excuse me, one big swing, and they get a 1-run lead.
Yes, sir. Mata reached in his only plate appearance so far via the base on balls. Anthony not in the field so far in this ball game as one of the extra hitters. The Dallas team led by Heath Autry, Drew Collins, Jeff Johnson, Michael Mata. the Knights of Northern California, led by Adrian Diaz and Jim Keegren. Ground ball foul, third base side. AJ in the stretch. Gets a sign that he likes from Keegren. And fires. Back into the screen. Yes, sir. He just missed it. Wind has certainly picked up here at the ball yard. You can see the treetops swaying in the wind. More wind action than we've had at least over the last 2 days. Runners breaking. Mata to left center field and deep. Coming over the center fielder, Halpin makes the catch.
Boy, he's
And
special out there.
Retreating back to first base is Carlton. And 2 men gone.
Halpin can do everything. He really can. Look where the big fella Dan is in the box. His front foot's going to almost come out when he strides. And there's no stride.
Fastball to Jake. Down the third base line and a fair ball. Jake Dana's done it again. This is his second hit of the ball game. They're going to wave the runner to the plate. The initial throw, not a good one to the cutoff man. Coming into the plate and scoring is Carlton.
Ties it up.
And we are tied at 2. It's an RBI double for Jake Dana, his second hit of the ball game. He's now halfway to the cycle, but that's not what matters. What matters is that we're tied at 2 in the bottom of the third. Another clutch hit. Now Nate Price. Nate the Tiger backstop with an infield single in the first and drove in what was until just a moment ago the lone Texas run. Got an RBI out of his infield hit. Nate waits. And AJ deals. Fastball, low. Well, 2-2 halfway through. Wouldn't expect anything different, would we?
No, this is probably the 2 best teams. They deserve to be here. One's played fantastic and rested. One's played fantastic and they're hot, but they're tired.
Price checks with his third base coach and gets the sign. Climbs back into the box and waves the wand. Keeps a keen eye on Ortiz on the mound. And now he'll have to start it all over again. (2-0). Hung it off the glove of Ortiz. This could be a tough play. Light
nice
fires,
play by
however,
Light.
Across the diamond would be a tough play for most middle infielders, but Carl Vesey Light is not most middle infielders. But 1 run comes across in the bottom half of the third inning for Texas, and they tie the score. Halfway through the 2014 Travel Ball National Championship, tied at 2 on TravelBallSelect.com.
Great hitters aren't born, they're made. Swing Away makes them.
Hi, I'm Bryce Harper. If you want to be a better hitter, all you have to do is swing away.
Now, all baseball players and softball players can train like the pros. Hit anywhere, anytime, inside or out. Players of all ages and skill levels can get serious and immediate results with the Swing Away.
Swing away will make you a better hitter, period.
You're just a swing away from becoming a great hitter at swingaway.com.
How important is confidence to success in travel baseball? 80% is the most common answer I get, and it may be even more. Baseball is hard enough the way it is, but I find that some of the biggest robbers of confidence in young players is their parents and coaches. So go to Play Big Travel Ball right now and get my free report, 3 hidden mistakes even top travel ball coaches make that crush player confidence and turn wins into losses. And I'll give you the fixes for them as well. So go get my free report at playbigtravelball.com.
We make the turn to the second half of the ball game. Top of the fourth inning in a 2-2 affair in the 2014 Travel Ball National Championship, powered by Nations Baseball and TravelBallSelect.com. This is the most competitive youth baseball in America. Carson Newman to lead things off in the visitors' half of the fourth. As we get our way into the bottom half of the order yet again. Newman, the right fielder, 0 for 1 with a fly out. Carl Vesey-Light to follow, and then Sam Heyman, the third baseman, afterwards. If anybody reaches, the ninth place man, D. Orta. We do have a change on the mound, as we had suspected last inning. Weston Walls was lifted out of the ballgame, and Tyson Carlton is the new man on the mound for the Tigers of Dallas, Texas.
Another guy built like a pitcher, tall, lanky guy, nice and loose.
We mentioned his 2 innings against the Georgia Titans in pool play. 2 innings, no earned runs, no walks, 2 hits given up. And in the 6 outs that he recorded in those 2 innings, all were strikeouts.
All strikeouts. Well, Coach said he's got plenty of pitching left, and he's right.
Tigers came into this Travel Ball National Championship ranked number 10 in the country.
Hey, my guess is they're going to move up. Breaking ball maybe a little bit up, but sure broke
just a bit
hard and late. It might have fooled the umpire. Fooled me.
3-2. Newman waits. Carlton deals. Fastball outside corner called, strike 3.
If that pitch wasn't, if that was close, by golly, you should have swung, because I think that 2-2 is pretty darn close. He wasn't going to get 2 close ones in a row.
Love the decision to come back fastball after that. And now the night shortstop, Carl Vesey-Light. A stolen base and a walk to his credit. Dallas third place finish, 4-1 at the Twin City SNIT. Second at the Texas-Oklahoma shootout. We mentioned that tournament
right
for them earlier in the afternoon.
Right.
That one of the bigger tournaments
64
across
teams.
the nation, if not the biggest. Is that the biggest tournament? I think it might be 64.
It's certainly huge. No question about that.
I can't think of one.
It's
bigger.
the most teams.
Right, that's what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Right. Most teams.
Yeah.
I tell you what, two teams that are constantly playing up.
Yeah.
Also.
Oh, sure.
To the 12-year-olds, and that plays a major factor in their success. Carlton, right-hander kicks and fires. Curveball just off the outside corner. Outside again, and 4 straight that miss to walk Carl Vesey Light. Second time he's reached via the base on balls. 2 interesting paths for both of these teams to reach the national championship game, as we've got ourselves a meeting on the mound. Dallas, of course, as we mentioned, coming through the winners bracket. Only had really the one close ball game. But while they've or 2 close ball games, but no blowouts either. They beat Team Halo in the opening game of bracket play 8-3. Very good Team Halo team out of the state of Georgia.
They sure are.
Beat the SBA Canes out of Charlotte, North Carolina 5-4, so a tight one in that one. Then took out Team Corey Lytle from Southern California 7-3. Then the ball game that we had earlier this afternoon here on TravelBallSelect.com, which you'll be able to watch on demand if you're interested. They beat Spartans Pro out of Tampa, Florida, 5-4 in the Winners Bracket Championship game on a walk-off. So a couple of close ball games, nothing really dominant. And, of course, they were 3-1 in pool play. Runner breaking. Throw down to second is far too late. Price had second thoughts about the throw down to second. Ended up going down there, but of course it was way too late.
Yeah, he didn't have a chance. That was stolen off the pitcher. Don't be surprised if he does it again.
Got a good lead at second. 1-0 to Heyman. Sam takes a strike.
I really like this kid. I think he's as good a prospect on the mound as I've seen, just because of his build, everything else. He's going to be tall. He's going to be 6'3", 6'4" looking kid. He's nice and loose. There are a lot of kids that are a little bit bigger, thicker right now, but who knows where they're going to end up. This kid looks like he's going to end up special.
Boy. In the dirt, Price can't find it. Finally corrals it right down here in front of us, but not before Light can get down to third with 1 man out. So now Heyman.
Now Heyman also, just so you know, right there, Chris, they appealed to first base, and that was they rang him up on a strike on that.
2-2 count, but
yes.
Now Heyman, who actually absolutely scorched a ball to end the second inning, hit into a line drive double play down to the shortstop. Got a chance maybe just to fly ball away from potentially giving his team the lead. Curveball that stays high. Borda on deck. So a 7-1 record total for Dallas. Heyman into right. Coming over, making the catch. Light to the plate. This could be close. He'll dive and reach.
Wow, they sure made it close.
Boy, oh boy.
What a great throw from the right fielder. And Light can really run. Heyman did a great job. 2 strikes, sac fly.
And now 3-2, California takes the lead in the 4th inning of the 2014 Travel Ball National Championship.
Yeah, I think they're asking how they can see if they've got to put it into play properly.
Appealing down at third. Okay.
Ball's going to be put back into play properly to even appeal properly.
And now D. Orta. D, who popped up to the shortstop and has only played appearance to start the third. Takes ball 1. Of course, as we mentioned, the road very different for these two teams. For the Knights, they lost their first ball game in bracket play. Fell to that same Spartans pro team out of Tampa, Florida that Dallas ended up beating in the winners bracket championship game. Of course, the Knights, Lamorinda got their revenge just a few hours ago by knocking out the Tampa team from the tournament. Ground ball. Flip just in time, and a dangerous decision by Orta to slide in feet first at first. Thankfully, he pops up and he's okay, but not before the Knights. Add one run to their tally and take a 3-2 lead to the bottom half of the fourth on TravelBallSelect.com.
Years before he was Sports Illustrated's chosen one, TravelBallSelect.com had already chosen 11-year-old Bryce Harper as an All-American. Go to the source for travel baseball national rankings and All-America teams, TravelBallSelect.com.
This is Nations Baseball.
Matty Ice to the plate, driven, high, deep, gone. Gets over the fence by about a foot.
Nations Baseball features the most complete roster and team classification systems in the country, allowing for true class play, matching teams of equal skill levels better than any other organization on the planet. Teams compete in Metro, Select, Elite, and Premier classes in leagues and tournaments around the nation for a chance to attend World Series and National Championship events in the most attractive locations in the country.
That's it. 3 in a row to first base, and that will end it.
Bottom half of the fourth inning now. And again, a different ball game. Last time we said that, of course, Dallas came back to tie the ball game. It's I'll score one and then you answer. I'll score another and then you answer. That's the way it's been so far in this ball game. As now, California's reclaimed the lead, this time at 3-2 over the home standing, so to speak, the higher seeded, that is, Tigers of Dallas, Texas. And Fernando Davila steps into the batter's box. Popped out to the second baseman to end the first inning in his lone plate appearance. He, of course, the hero from just a few hours ago who delivered the walk-off hit in the winner's bracket championship game. Takes a high curveball down to shortstop, and for one of the few times over the last 5 days, Carl Vesey-Light lets a ball play him.
You could see that he hesitated a little bit, took that ball on a kind of a short hop coming up, and that's not the ultimate place. You're either going to short hop low on its apex or the ball coming down.
I want to continue a recap of how these two teams got here. Started that with one man out in the top of the inning. Should never do that when you've got to recap so many games for one team. The Knights were 3-1 in pool play as well, just as the Tigers were. But they lost their initial game in bracket play, as I mentioned, to the boys from Tampa, Spartans Pro. So they dropped to the losers bracket, where they started their run to the championship game on Saturday morning at 10 a.m. They knocked out the Dodgers of Dillon, Tennessee, one of the top-ranked teams in the country. Then took out SBA Canes of North Carolina, Charlotte, North Carolina to be precise. Then took out a Georgia team from Peachtree City, the home plate Chili Dogs. And for the third time, we saw them here on TravelBallSelect.com this morning, as a matter of fact, against the Corey Lytle squad from Southern California. They then knocked out Team Mississippi from Madison, Wisconsin, 10-0 in the run rule. And in the losers bracket championship, knocked out the boys from Tampa, getting a little bit of revenge and bringing things full circle. The same team that beat them in the first game in bracket play and sent them into the losers bracket was the last team they beat to get to this national championship game. Full circle. Pop up. Heyman's got it. Snap throw to first. Double play. And ever since they got into the losers bracket, it has been guns a-blazing for the Knights.
All
of
systems
Lamorinda.
go.
Yeah. I mean, it really has. They have run ruled, again, 3 out of the last 5 teams that they've played. They run ruled their last ball game with Spartans Pro of Tampa, Florida. And the Madison team out of Mississippi, 9-0, 10-0, and then 10-0 against Home Plate Chili Dogs 2 games before that. So just in those 3 games, 29-0.
Very
Sam
nice
Heyman.
play by Heyman.
2 tremendous
Big
defensive
time.
plays. Yes, sir, and he's been good defensively.
It's been about defense.
In this national championship, and a big inning goes for naught. 3-2, they'll take the lead in the top half of the 5th inning on TravelBallSelect.com.
Great hitters aren't born, they're made. Swing Away makes them.
Hi, I'm Bryce Harper. If you want to be a better hitter, all you have to do is swing away.
Now, all baseball players and softball players can train like the pros. Hit anywhere, anytime, inside or out. Players of all ages and skill levels can get serious and immediate results with the Swing Away.
Swing Away will make you a better hitter, period.
You're just a swing away from becoming a great hitter at swingaway.com.
How important is confidence to success in travel baseball? 80% is the most common answer I get, and it may be even more. Baseball is hard enough the way it is, but I find that some of the biggest robbers of confidence in young players is their parents and coaches. So go to Play Big Travel Ball right now and get my free report, 3 hidden mistakes even top travel ball coaches make that crush player confidence and turn wins into losses. And I'll give you the fixes for them as well. So go get my free report at playbigtravelball.com.
Top half of the 5th inning. The Knights of Lamorinda out in front 3-2. Carlton back out onto the mound for the Tigers of Dallas, and I got to imagine as long as he doesn't get into trouble, we may see him the rest of the way. He's been pretty solid so far. Did give up a run last inning, but not as though he got big time beat around last inning. Halpin into the gap in left center field. That would hurt.
That's Halpin being Halpin.
Headed to the wall, and Pete's got himself a leadoff double in the 5th.
That's Halpin being Halpin right there. Manny being Manny, that's Halpin being Halpin. He's done that all day. If you look at what the left fielder did on that play, he kind of deferred to the center fielder. He really didn't go after that ball very hard. Yeah, that's kind of a lack of, it's being tired.
Well, the problem with that is that the ball actually tailed back a little bit towards the left
That's
fielder.
right. Balls always go to the line, and he's got to go get that ball. You've got a guy like Collins out there. You kind of defer too much to him sometimes.
Diaz now. Davis takes ball 1.
In regards to this, and I'm just projecting, and that's kind of what I do. I did a lot of scouting, and we've had a lot of guys go to the next level. The kid on the hill is the best pitching prospect down the line I've seen the whole tournament.
That's quite a big compliment.
Oh, that's a balk.
Oh, boy.
That's a balk.
It wasn't called, and the throw goes down the left field line, and Halpin scores. Yet again, the speed of Pete Halpin has created havoc on the base paths and absolutely tortured opposing pitchers.
Mm-hmm. If I was the Dallas team, I would protest that it was a balk against me, then it's a dead ball. Because you can't throw it in an unoccupied bag. And that's exactly what he did.
I'll tell you, I was mentioning this to you, yesterday at some point. I call a lot of I'm one of the top high school guys in this state in broadcasting, and I was calling the 6A baseball state championship between two well-known national powerhouses.
Parkview and Lassiter.
No, Parkview and Lassiter is years ago.
Well,
this was Milton and Lambert.
Oh, sure.
Right. And Lambert, the team that went, I think, 35, 36-2 this year, won the national championship according to USA Today. But anyway, Lambert and Milton. Lambert, pitcher on the mound, been paying attention to a runner the entire ball game. Finally get to a count where they pulled the third baseman off the bag. I'm going to tell you something. They tried to check the runner at third again. Well, there wasn't a third baseman there.
Oh.
Wasn't anybody home. He literally threw it right at the bag without even looking, just a snap throw. Threw the ball away down the right field line. Nobody home. So, yeah, it happens. Diaz takes strike 3, and he's absolutely beside himself. Holy smokes.
Kind of curled around and down, but, you know, the umpire's zone has been pretty darn good throughout. Are you going to miss a few? Absolutely. That's okay.
Well, whether you agree with the zone or not, as I always say, be consistent, and he has. For the most part.
Yeah.
But you're right.
Ortiz.
AJ, 0 for 2.
Right now, for me, if there's the most valuable player of this tournament, it's Halpin.
Yeah. I agree. I absolutely agree.
There's a nice long list. I've seen 10 or 12 players in this thing that I'm thinking to myself, wow, we're going to see these kids in college and who knows where.
Yep.
You know, that you can really project. And there's going to be more, but those are the 10 or 12 that really stood out.
Liner
There's
in
a play
right.
at first base there. There's a play at first. Oh,
You'll let him have it.
Yeah.
AJ smoked it out there to right.
Sure did.
You know, he might have been playing him a little too deep as a right fielder. Right fielder might have been playing him just a little too deep to take the shot at him. And Gage Johnson going to come out to pinch run for Ortiz. AJ will get a breather and get out of the sunshine, get a little shade over there in the dugout. It's a big moment. Big moment in the national championship game. As Howard, if he were to put a charge into one, it may be an icer. 4-2 ball game, and now, of course, we're going to have a meeting on the mound and maybe a pitching change.
I really like this kid, though. Carlton's going to be something else.
Yep.
Yeah, they're making a change. Sometimes
Mata.
you have to. Well, we'll see what happens.
No.
No, they're coming in with Dana. Dana, yeah.
Wow.
I'm not sure if it's Dana or Dana. I'm not sure which one it is. All I know is I call him Big Country.
There you go.
Big Country. We've got a kid that's in my program that's a freshman, 6'7".
Oh,
and he's
gosh.
coordinated. He'll touch 88 miles an hour, hit the ball 400 feet.
Wow.
He's one of the best players in the country.
Wow. Where's he based out of?
So he's Big Country. He lives actually in the
Hometown.
Sacramento area.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
You know, pretty special. Kid named Darren Nelson. Remember the name.
I will commit it to memory.
Remember a name, Blake Diggle. Probably the best freshman hitter in the country.
Wow.
6'1", 210, hits left-handed, and absolutely hits bombs. Those two are the most impressive kids I've seen in a long time.
Kid I was telling you about out of Lambert High School.
Mm-hmm.
Transferred from Kings Ridge Christian here in the metro Atlanta area to Lambert High School in Forsyth County. And, of course, they won the state championship at the state of Georgia's highest classification, 6A. And 6'4" kid, 5 kid, I forget exactly. I think, as I said, about 225. Again, kid hit 600 this year.
Oh.
And he had, I think he was 8-0 with a 1.1 ERA, something like that. Just a sophomore. Just a
something
sophomore.
else.
Yeah, just a sophomore.
Got a bright future ahead of him.
Of course, you know your prospects. You probably know Dylan Cease, who's one of the top national prospects. He played for that Milton team that made it back to the state championship. All right, well, back to this action here where Dallas now has made the pitching change, and they've called upon Jacob Dana. I just heard somebody say Dana. I didn't ask for pronunciation, by the way. You're right, it could be Dana. I don't know for a fact.
We're going with Dana.
Well, you know.
Now,
what we know for sure is he's on the mound,
right,
charged with the task of trying to hold this lead at 2 because 3 much bigger than 2.
Oh, gosh. 1 out here. The big fella hitting. You know, they can do a couple different things in this situation. You got a quick runner, obviously, at first base. It takes a little bit of time for Dana to get that big body going and throwing home. Straight steal, they could do a delay steal because they're blocked off by the left-handed batter. A lot of options right now.
I love the straight steal here. And
Hit
driven
the
to
ball
right
hard.
and deep. Could be a national championship clincher. Over the fence and right. For the second consecutive game, David Howard has gone deep and driven his team out to a 6-2 national championship game lead. A double, a strikeout, a single, and a two-run homer by Howard.
See, now I might be changing my mind on the MVP now. How about a co-MVP?
Well, he certainly caught fire over the last couple of ball games.
He really got into it. You know, that's credit to the coaches who stuck with him and said, you know, you're our 4 guy. You know, we're not taking you out of there. You're our 4 guy, and that's why you're there. And he got hot. Says a lot about the coaching staff as well, I think.
And 2 more points I want to get your opinion on. 1, he did it off of Dana, a fastball. It looked like to me,
Sure.
I may have missed it. 2, the fact that it was first pitch.
Sitting on that fastball early, there's no question. Right. Looking for something to drive. He got it middle end, got extended, and he's got those big legs that he uses, that lower half, really well, and just got through that ball.
Said it a moment ago, the recap of the inning. Want to give it to you again as
Oh,
Keegren hits one down the right field line. He'll not have the opportunity to turn and get to second, but another hit in the inning. That, the second single for Keegren, now sandwiching around a fly out to right. Actually, Keegren has gone the opposite way on all three times of contact. Yeah.
Now, we got a courtesy runner for Keegren.
Yes. Missed the number. I'll get it for you in just a moment. We got Carson Newman at the plate. And Carson takes ball 1. A double, a strikeout, a single, a 2-run homer, and then a single in this inning. Gage Johnson back in to pinch run for the Knights. Gage's pinch run, or courtesy run, I should say, so many times today. I've got his number memorized.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you can run for 2 different guys in the same inning. That's a question.
Has he done that twice?
I don't know.
Because he ran for Ortiz.
That's what I thought.
He literally just got back into the dugout. That's a good point.
Not sure if you can do that.
Well, no one's saying anything about it, so
and
may not be legal, but they're doing it.
This is not like the PGA where somebody can call in and say rule infraction, right?
Yep. Dana.
I think it's more of an error of omission, not commission anyway. So
checks the runner.
A double
ground
play ball.
Deep short. Take the out himself. The
4-3.
second baseman will.
Very nice play.
And throw to first for the double play, but not before 2 more runs come across, notably on the 2-run shot by David Howard. And now his team is just 6 outs away from the 2014 Travel Ball National Championship.
Years before he was Sports Illustrated's chosen one, TravelBallSelect.com had already chosen 11-year-old Bryce Harper as an All-American. Go to the source for travel baseball national rankings and All-America teams, TravelBallSelect.com.
Well, if you wait long enough, many times in the sport of baseball, you will get your answer. Our question has been answered about the running in the top half of the inning. Dissect it for us.
So what happened was they the one Gage Johnson, he ran twice that inning, and we thought courtesy ran for both. You can't do both. But what the coach did, Adrian, he had a courtesy runner for the first guy, and then he actually pinch ran for Keegren, which made it eligible, brought Keegren back in. Now, he won't be able to enter the game now, but he can still courtesy run. It was a brilliant move. It gave his catcher some time. It allowed him to run for Ortiz, who needed a little bit of a blow himself. So it was a brilliant move. And knowing the rules really counts here.
And D. Orta now is on the mound, the new moundsman for the Knights of Lamorinda, the Northern California representative. Hunter Autry, the first man he'll face, and he's worked out to a 2-1 count on him. It'll be Autry, Edwards, and Carlton, bottom half of the order. But a time in the game where the bottom half of the order's got to come up with production. If you're Dallas, Texas, you cannot get to the bottom of the ninth down by 4, or the bottom of the sixth. Obviously, you can come back and score 4 runs in the bottom of the sixth and tie the ball game. This Texas team, one of the best in the country, but you don't want to put yourself in that spot.
No. Cutting the lead in half would be nice.
Right. That is your goal, right? 2 runs.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Get a crooked number. That's a pretty good pitch right there. Pretty good pitch right there off speed.
Orta's play throughout the majority of the tournament's been back and forth. On the bench, and courtesy run, and pinch hit. The next game, he'll start, play in the field, and play the entire ball game. Now, he's called upon and, well, to take the mound in the biggest moment of the season so far for the Knights of Northern California. He gives up a leadoff hit to Hunter Autry, and here's Tyson Edwards.
And you just wonder what's behind him. You know, he's not one of their frontline guys. He's not. He's going to gut this out, and hopefully they're going to hit some balls to guys, but he's not a frontline guy for them.
Right.
And this is a dangerous Dallas team.
And you know as well as I do, and everyone at home who knows the teams and the route they've taken to get here, that he doesn't have many guys left as Adrian Diaz. He might have to throw Orta.
Well, Adrian might come and throw himself. He's a little bit older. I don't know if he'll pass the 11-year-old test.
Now that's the one thing I'm sure is not legal.
I don't think Coach Keegren's of age as well.
In the dirt. Well, very important now if you're Dallas to be very, very patient.
You know, if you do the math here, Chris, this is their 12th game. Now, they've got 11 players. It adds up to, 6.5 innings per player. So where does that come up with? And you've got, I believe, 11 innings per
That's right.
pitcher. So not an easy deal here. Considering you're playing 80 to 84 innings, with the run rules, probably 78 to 80.
Right.
So, and I would be concerned right now. I would really be concerned. It's a very good Dallas Tiger team. Carlton's coming up again. We saw him catch earlier today. It seemed like maybe yesterday or the day before, but that was today. It was today. That was the 10 o'clock game, and they pulled him later because I think they knew he was going to throw later.
Right.
And again, he didn't have as much success as you would have liked, but I really like what I saw on the hill. Ball comes out of his hand extremely well, and you just look at him, you think, this kid's going to be 6'4" and throwing BBs downhill.
Well, this is exactly what this Tigers team needed. First runners on base in the inning, and a fastball that gets away from Orta. A single by Autry. A walk by Edwards, or 2 Edwards if you prefer. And now Tyson Carlton. With 1 at-bat in the ball game, he reached via the bases on ball, or base on balls.
Pretty big hole through the left side here.
Strike.
Looks like he was taken.
Inside corner and right on the letters.
Third baseman is sucked up a little bit, thinking about now he's moving back. I'd like to see him 2 or 3 steps to his left. Shortstop shading, trying to hold the runner a little bit. And there's a pretty good-sized hole through that left side. And
outfield deep, by the way.
Yeah, outfield's deep. Pitcher's not overpowering. That 5-6 hole needs to be shored up a little bit, I think.
1-1. Curveball, oh my goodness gracious, that ball
eyes.
was up around his eyes.
Yeah.
You think Tyson was ready to swing at that one?
That looked good, didn't it? That
Yeah.
looked huge. Huge to him. Yeah, Tyson Carlton. He's what they look like. There's some pretty good prospects out in this field for both teams.
Or to the right-hander deals to Carlton. The right-hander waiting at the plate, and it's fouled away again. He was out in front of a fastball up around his eyes, and he was out in front of a curveball that was bearing in on his knees. So he's ready. Boy, a base hit here, or at least Carlton reaching, really puts Dallas in a prime position.
Sure
Again, we
does.
get back to the top of the order after Carlton.
All right.
Collins on deck, and then you get to the big boppers.
Orta just stepping off, regrouping here. Big situation, wants to make sure he executes.
Fly ball into left, it's hooking foul, and out of play.
For the hitter's sake, I'm glad it did go foul. He didn't take too many steps out of the box there.
Had a coach who used to tell me, hey, you don't decide whether or not it's foul. If you don't know for sure, start running. Let the umpire decide if it's foul. You run.
Right on top of the plate is Carlton. His ball, 2-2.
Fastball in the dirt, count even at 2.
He's really crowding, and that's why, if he backed off the plate about 3 inches, he would set himself up to get better extension. He wouldn't be hooking those balls foul, too. But he's right on top of that plate. See where he's located there.
Yeah,
Back off a little bit. Create a ball where he can get extended a little bit more, and they're working him in.
Oh,
It's a good pitch.
fastball he
It's a good
barely
pitch.
got a piece of. And you're right, that one was in on top of his letters.
Mm-hmm. Wouldn't surprise me, some kind of breaking ball away now. Change the eyesight.
Right.
It's the old adage, how about hard in, soft away? They've been saying that for maybe about 140 years.
Right. Tommy Glavine.
Yeah. Well, he just went away, and then if necessary, farther away.
Ground
Play
ball. Down to short. Vesey like the
Safe.
flip.
Oh.
They get the
Got
flip
him!
at second, and they do, in
Got
fact,
double
turn
play.
the double play.
How they turned that, I have no idea. That was not hit very hard, but I'll tell you why. That middle is outstanding.
Boy, oh boy, the combination of Carl Vesey Light and Davis Diaz turn yet another tremendous defensive.
That broke their back.
Yeah.
Oh.
That was huge. Absolutely huge.
Back to Collins, and he's on my All-American, All-Tournament, whatever you want to say team. This kid's special. Love this kid. He's gonna be a guy down the line.
Runner at third is Autry, but now with 2 men out.
Good pitch.
First pitch to Collins, a strike on the outside corner.
Amazing how much more energy you have after a double play if you're a pitcher, right?
One thing you didn't want to do was hit into a double play.
That's exactly right.
Orta kicks and fires. Popped up. Left side, not a play.
He got a little long and a little quick with his swing there. And, you're day 5. So they have to be conscious of knowing, hey, I've got to be short to the ball now. So, that front side was a little quick pulling off, and he got a little long because of that. He's got to think to himself, I got to be short to the ball, hit the ball hard up the middle. Don't try and do too much here. Coming inside now.
Well, he does have a good bit of room up the middle, by the way.
Sure he does.
Fastball high.
Sure he does. As long as he doesn't hit the ball into the vicinity of Halpin, because he's going to chase that down. He can cover almost as much ground, not quite, but almost as much ground as Mr. Collins. You put those 2 guys in the outfield, you could play with 5 infielders.
Yeah. D kicks and fires. The breaking ball that didn't.
Collins was thinking about it. Thought better, held up.
Well, the weather's improved for us over the last few hours. That cloud cover was great. Helped squelch some of the searing heat. And I do mean searing. Drive in left center field. And this ball deep. Halpin's going back to the
Halpin's
track and makes the catch just shy of the wall. Was that the last-ditch effort of a potential championship team? It ends up with no runners coming across in the bottom of the 5th. Top half of the final frame. Now California 3 outs away from a national championship.
Great hitters aren't born. They're made. Swing Away makes them.
Hi, I'm Bryce Harper. If you want to be a better hitter, all you have to do is swing away.
Now, all baseball players and softball players can train like the pros. Hit anywhere, anytime, inside or out. Players of all ages and skill levels can get serious and immediate results with the Swing Away.
Swing Away will make you a better hitter, period.
You're just a swing away from becoming a great hitter at swingaway.com.
How important is confidence to success in travel baseball? 80% is the most common answer I get, and it may be even more. Baseball is hard enough the way it is, but I find that some of the biggest robbers of confidence in young players is their parents and coaches. So go to Play Big Travel Ball right now and get my free report, 3 hidden mistakes even top travel ball coaches make that crush player confidence and turn wins into losses. And I'll give you the fixes for them as well. So go get my free report at playbigtravelball.com.
To the final frame here in Metro Atlanta. The visitors' half of the final frame. The Knights try to add to their lead. It's California and Texas in the 2014 Travel Ball National Championship, powered by Nations Baseball and TravelBallSelect.com. This is the most competitive youth baseball in America. Bottom half of the order, 7, 8, 9, with Light, Heyman, and Orta for the boys from Northern California. Sitting on a 6-2 lead, now 3 outs away as the visitors.
At this point, they're wanting to add on. Just get another one here.
This would help.
That's going to
because
drop.
it's going to drop for a base hit in right.
And they're certainly not going to throw him out there.
Leadoff hit, top half of the 6th. If you are wondering, do not go anywhere, because in the bottom half of the final inning, it'll be Mata the 2-hitter, Dana the 3-hitter, and Price the cleanup man. And if that's not enough, Fernando Davila,
the hero
in the 5-hole, yeah.
Yeah, the hero of the game before.
Martin's got a little pop, so this thing a long, long way from over. However, well, they really would have liked to have had at least a run out of that last inning.
No question. No question. They had the pitcher on the ropes. You look at who the Tigers have thrown. They threw 2 guys. One's about 5'10", one's about 5'11", the other guy's about 5'8". These guys are 11 years old. All 3 are great prospects. I mean, it's been impressive.
He's breaking this time. The
got
throwdown's
him.
in
Yeah,
time.
They got him.
One of the few times all week that you will have seen Light be caught stealing.
Nice throw, got rid of it. Very nice little grab at second base, short hopped him, stayed with it, made a nice tag. Really like those middle infielders for the Dallas group. But I've seen 3 great pitchers today for the Tigers, and I saw a 4th one the other day, Mata, who shut down Lytle. They have 4 of the top pitchers I've seen in a long time on one club. Very, very, very impressive. The thing that this Lamorinda team does, though, is they don't make too many mistakes. They put the ball into play. They execute. They do little things, and then they got a few guys that can hit. Their pitchers are not overpowering. They throw strikes. Howard, when he's fresh, he can get up there like these kids. But you look at Dallas's pitchers, and then they're guys. And you look at this Lamorinda team, and what they do is they're baseball players. They just execute, and they just wear you down. You know, there's a quality at bat each and every time. That wears down a pitcher.
Sure. Especially tournament pitchers.
Absolutely.
Right?
Oh, gosh, yes. So, you know, it's a tough at bat each and every time. There's no coasting, and I think that's the difference. Good pitch.
Heyman with a couple of great at-bats to his credit so
sure
far
does.
in this ball game, although he's not reached in this game.
Well, he had a long sack fly.
Right? RBI.
He did some good things. You know,
Don't forget the line out he had to end the second inning.
Absolutely.
Smoked that ball down
Yeah.
to short.
you know, Dana just slowed his arm down just a little bit. But, you know, this kid's going to be a good prospect. I hope he keeps growing. He's not one of those guys that stops. Pretty good pitch, a little bit away. But he's very coordinated for a big guy already. He runs well, hits the ball hard, and he's going to grow into his body. But there's some guys out here that are just doggone impressive. Love Collins. This is two great teams.
3-2. Inside with a fastball, and he
Yeah.
lost him.
That's one of those situations where, yeah, you always tell a guy, hey, wear that one. Well, not so much. It's ball 4. I think I'll just take my walk.
Right. And now Orta. Ooh.
We're having a little bit of
Yeah.
controversy here.
Yeah.
There might have been a little disagreement on who one of the coaches is talking to, whether it's the catcher or the umpire.
Yeah.
My guess is he's talking to the umpire via the catcher. That never happens. Oh, he got leading.
Oh, yep.
He
Sure
was
do.
going.
Better get rid of it.
He got him.
Boy, that was close.
As Hawk Harrelson would say, he gone. Yeah, that was a tough one. He got caught leaning. There's no question.
Well, Mata almost waited a little too long.
Yeah.
They'll retire Heyman. And now Orta with 2 men out. Only second guy they've got caught on the base paths in the inning. A single and a walk. A single and a walk in the inning, but 2 men out. That's baseball. And that is the inning. Bottom half of the 6th inning coming up. California 3 outs away from the national championship.
Years before he was Sports Illustrated's chosen one, TravelBallSelect.com had already chosen 11-year-old Bryce Harper as an All-American. Go to the source for travel baseball national rankings and All-America teams, TravelBallSelect.com.
Bottom half of the 6th inning here on TravelBallSelect.com. Thanks for joining us for the final frame, possibly in the 2014 Travel Ball National Championship, powered by Nations Baseball and TravelBallSelect.com. Alongside Rob Bruno, I'm Chris Mooneyham. Thanks for joining us, everybody. It'll be Anthony Mata to lead things off.
This has been a long 5 days, Chris. They played a lot of games.
Yes, indeed. Anthony Mata, Jake Dana, Nate Price, your guaranteed 3 in the bottom of the 6th inning.
You're guaranteed 3 pretty good hitters right here, too.
Yep. California trying to close it out and come through the loser's bracket to win the national championship game.
Was that a little knuckleball there?
Not sure what that was.
I didn't see a lot of spin.
Our final game inside the 11U National Championship Tournament. By the way, the 11U Challenge Cup Championship you'll be able to see here on TravelBallSelect.com following this ball game, 2-2. It'll take a furious rally to delay the start of that one. We have 30 teams in pool play to start the championship. That ball in the dirt. I'll tell you what, that might have been a knuckleball. I think he just threw it again.
Yeah.
We had 30 teams to start pool play. 5 in 6 different pools. And then the top 16 were moved on to this national championship bracket, while 14 moved on to the Challenge Cup. Short hop.
I'll tell you what, that's the only play he had. Only play he had was come up and try and knock it down, and he made the right play. It just got away from him, but there's no way he makes that play going back. Really smart play. It wasn't executed to where he wanted, but that's the only chance he had. And he's definitely throwing a knuckleball.
Second time that Mata has reached in the ball game. And now Dana. Well, that's what you need if you're going to pull off a great comeback in the bottom of the final inning in the national championship game.
Get the leading lady on. There's a strike.
To Dana. Jake with a single and an RBI double in this ball game. He's reached in, I believe, his last 3 at-bats. Let's check it. He's reached in his last 5 at-bats. 4 at-bats, pardon me.
It's a knuckleball.
Right side. Howard's got a beat on it.
Howard's got to get behind that ball. He's got to get behind the ball. He kind of coasted to it. You know, we talk about that. You don't want to meet it there. You want to greet it there. You want to get there and set up early, and he coasted a little bit.
Dana started their comeback, Dallas's comeback, I mean, in the championship game of the winner's bracket.
I think I'll throw a fastball about 1.5 feet out. He's going to throw another crazy thing. There it was.
0-2 hit on the ground down to short.
Oh,
takes a
hop.
funny hop
Tough
and
hop.
bounces over the shortstop into left field, or center field rather, for a hit. Oh boy.
Boy, that was a tough hop. You know, I hope that little pop-up doesn't come back to bite them, because that would be a tough one.
Well, I hope we don't look back. Well, actually, it doesn't matter to me. Well, I'm impartial, but
right.
Boy,
I would just
it's
feel bad.
funny if you. No, I know what you mean, but I didn't mean it like that.
Right.
But it's funny when you look back on those little moments. What if we look back and think about that funny hop? That ball must have caught a little plot of dirt out there,
Sure
perhaps
did.
a rock at shortstop, and hopped literally right over Vesey Light as he was about to field it. Don't look now, but the tying run has moved on deck. Mata reached. Dana singled. Price up now. Dana now has reached in his last 5 at-bats. 2 singles, a 3-run home run, an RBI double.
He's a force.
And a walk.
Good pitch.
Strike.
Good pitch. 1-1.
Price, on the other hand, an infield single to start the scoring in this ball game with 1 man out in the first inning. And he hit into a 1-6-3 out. Single out, not a double play, a 1-6-3 out. He was retired back in the 3rd.
Light came up on that deflection, made a nice play.
Orta set and deal.
Line
right at short.
This could be a
Vesey
triple
Light
play.
gonna have the double.
Oh! That could have been a triple play. Unbelievable. The defense has been incredible in this game.
And so now it comes down to the man in the batter's box who delivered the biggest hit of his team's season so far, winning in walk-off fashion against Tampa of Florida, Fernando Davila. Of course, here he'll have his work cut out for him. 6-2, bottom of the final frame, 2 men gone. The lead at first by Dana. The pitch to Davila, fastball that is high and tight.
Chris, have you ever seen that many great plays by an 11-year-old team?
I don't know that I've seen that many line drives for double plays,
Oh,
I'll tell you that.
They're crushing the ball right at people.
Boy.
Dallas has really hit the ball hard.
California 1 out away from the greatest celebration in all of sports. The pileup.
Nothing like the dog pile. There's a strike.
A strike. Orta started
taking
him with a fastball right at the chin and then dropped it down just a tad bit, kept it on the hands, and put the fastball in for a strike. 1-1. Davila pop-up and an infield single in the ball game. D. Orton looks in. Pat Keegren gives him a sign that he likes, and the 1-1.
Oh,
and he hit him.
Knuckleball hit him. Now how big is that double play?
Indeed, you read my mind.
Last thing you want to do, give him a free base. Again, this game's not over. I mean, these guys really hit.
Martin to the plate now.
Now, if I'm up by 4, I'll take my chances with 2 outs, but it's certainly not a done deal here.
And a meeting coming on the mound. Adrian Diaz is going to go out and have a conversation with his young right-hander. Again, want to remind you folks that the championship game of the Challenge Cup, the consolation bracket for lack of a better way of describing it, I suppose. All the teams that didn't qualify for the Travel Ball National Championship bracket was moved over to the Challenge Cup. And that championship game will take place right here on TravelBallSelect.com about 15, maybe 20 minutes after the conclusion of this one. But right now we've got unfinished business. Mata reached, a single by Dana, 6-4 double play, line drive by Price, and then a hit batter Davila. And now a strike to start Josh Martin. Josh a single to start the second, grounded into a double play 5-3, or lined into a double play, I should say, 5-3. To kill a rally in the fourth. Orta deals a fastball high.
Were you thinking of Cowboy Bob Orton? That's an old wrestling reference there.
1 ball, 1 strike. This should be an interesting decision. Tying run standing on deck. Swing and a miss.
Well, we're down to our last strike here, Chris.
1 strike away, and now the family and friends rise to their feet over here on the bleachers to our left. And the hand wringing really begins on the right side for the Dallas fans. 1-2. Got a piece of it and stayed alive.
Just miss. Keegren really got that off his helmet. Got a little jarred there. Coach is going to go take a look. He got it pretty good.
That is Pops checking on him. Might be. Might be his daddy checking on him.
Well, he's being a coach right now on this one. He's got to make sure he's okay. You give him a little bit of water. A little bit of water. Caught a really good game today. It's a tough kid.
Yeah, he is, and he's been one of the stars of the tournament.
Oh, no question. So we're still down to 1-2, 2 outs, 6th inning. Up by 4. Improbable day. Having to win 4 straight.
Yeah. Boy.
It's been pretty incredible.
Orta looks in, gets a sign that he likes, kicks and fires. A fastball that is high.
That hit him.
And they'll say it caught the bill of his cap, and the bases are loaded.
So now we're back to 1 swing away.
And Ryan Johnson to the plate. The Tigers' second baseman, a single in the second, and a ground out in the fourth.
Ryan has got to be one of the taller second basemen you're ever going to see.
Warda struggling to finish it on the mound for the Knights of Lamorinda.
Yeah, he's got those 2 double play rocket shots. There it is.
Outside corner. 0-1.
Chris, it wouldn't surprise me if he went a little bit more to that knuckleball now. Something off speed. He seems like he's done a good job with that. Really had him off.
Diaz really deep at second. Deep to right. Moving over. Carson Newman's got
There it is.
The Knights of Lamorinda, Northern California, win the 2014 Travel Ball National Championship.
What an amazing day for the Lamorinda team, winning 4 straight games, their 12th game in 5 days, Chris. It's unbelievable. Now look at Dallas over there. They're class group, ready to shake hands, doing things the right way, and Lamorinda will be out there shaking hands now. They deserve this. They deserve a little celebration, and they'll go take the field right now, and they'll shake their hands. So 2 unbelievable teams, Chris.
And this run to the national championship was absolutely keyed by their offense. They took out the Dodgers in the opening game of the losers bracket, and from that moment on, a close affair, their offense really started to roll, where they run-ruled 3 teams along the way to the national championship. 6-2 is your final. The Knights of Lamorinda from Northern California take out the Tigers of Dallas, Texas. What a tournament, what a weekend, and what a 5 days it was here in Metro Atlanta at the East Cobb Baseball Complex. For Bob Bruno, I'm Chris Mooneyham. Thanks for joining us, everybody. The 2014 Travel Ball National Champions, the Knights of Lamorinda, Northern California. And you watch it all unfold right here on TravelBallSelect.com.